Welcome back, guys. Automotive Inc. here. If you have a Subaru and it has HomeLink, which is the garage door remote on the mirror, and if you have one basically made after 2017, it's going to look very much like this. So right up here, guys, we have three buttons here. If you have three garage doors, you could do three buttons, or if you have a gate, you can program them just the same. This extra button is to turn on the auto dimming feature of that mirror. So basically, this takes out having to keep one of these in your car. And I like HomeLink because a lot of them only work when the ignition's on. And people would say, well, what if somebody breaks into your car and uses that to get in? Well, they would use this same thing. So I like the ease of it. So we only have two garage doors. So what I do is I use 1 and 3. So it just kind of takes out that middle button just in case somebody bumps it. Now, when we get going, guys, we need to first reset the system. So it's going to be by pushing the two outer buttons first. You're going to see that little white house pop up and then the orange. We're going to hold that until that flashes rapidly. It can take anywhere between 10 and 30 seconds, but it basically clears it out. It's going to turn flashing green. That means that all three of these buttons are now ready to be programmed. Now, you're going to need your original remote, whether it's a Genie, LiftMaster, whatnot, everything's pretty much the same. And if you have a rolling code, it pretty much works the same. So pretty simple steps. The only big caveat to that is you're going to need to know what your learn button is on your actual garage door opener above the thing. But first things first, we need to program this little guy to the buttons up here. So my top button on mine goes to my big garage door, so we are going to leave that being basically the same. So what you're going to do is you're going to press and hold the button you want to program, whichever one, but they are dotted 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to hit and hold the corresponding button on your remote. You'll see your garage door go up while you're doing this process. Don't be worried about it, but do make sure everything's kind of clear inside. You don't have something leaning up against the garage doors. It goes up and down several times as we do this process. What's going to happen is though, as soon as we push and hold that, you're going to see that orange light right there kind of basically being ready to program. Now we're going to push and hold this, and then we're going to push and hold our other button. When that starts flashing bright green, she's programmed. Okay, that means that now this button has the same actuating power as the button here. Okay, now we're going to repeat the steps however many garage door openers you have. So I just programmed my second button to my outside button. And then what that does is right now this isn't going to do anything with your garage doors because we haven't trained this button now to the actual garage door. And then this button is orange because we didn't program anything to it. So you'll know when you get those rapid flashing ones. So what we're going to do, and it's best just to leave the car in accessory mode, does not need to be running, especially if you want to do this while the vehicle's parked in the garage. You don't need to be getting sick from the exhaust fumes. So what we're going to do, guys, is now we're going to go in, leave this just like it, and we're going to go into our actual garage door opener. Now I will say this, that the Subaru HomeLink is super easy to program. Some vehicles, some older vehicles, may take just a little bit longer to catch the signal from this, and make sure your battery's good in this, because if it doesn't program, more than likely it's a dead battery. But this system in the 2024 Forester works the same as it did in my 03 or 05 Pilot, so very similar process, even though my garage door openers were installed in 2011. Alright everybody, so this is the programming button on a Genie IntelliG 1200. It's very similar. If you have a different one and different buttons, just Google it and you'll find your exact model. Type in your model and ask what the learn button is and you're good to go. Now we need the original remote here. Now this door is programmed to my top button, my big door, so we're going to push and hold the program button. You're going to see what these both lights come on, then one flash. We're going to push that top button. Now this one's flashed. Now we're going to go back to the car. All right, once back in the car, we're going to push and hold this. We're going to push and hold it again. We're pushing and holding it. And you can see my garage doors coming down. And what you're going to want to do is just push and hold it for 10 or 15 seconds. Basically, it sends that new signal to the garage door. And now we have done button 1. Now the process is going to be identical no matter how many doors you have. If you have an access gate that goes on a remote similar to this, even if you have the old school push button ones, guys, the process is very easy. Again, you're going to go into the second run, we're going to push it, we're going to hit the program, but what we're doing is we're corresponding that program with the button here and the same button you programmed in the car. Once you get that program, guys, you're good to go. Now, if you guys are trading off the car, I encourage you strongly to make sure that you go back to the mirror itself before you get rid of this and push these and hold these again to clear the system out, just so no future owner wouldn't potentially have access to your garage. And this process, guys, again, is going to work in every Subaru model. It's going to work in almost any other model you can have, but I have other videos out there on how to do the Hyundai one. Even if the configuration of the buttons looks a little bit different, the process is still the same. And as I've said before, guys, feel free to reach out and comment on these videos. I appreciate you all being here. Make sure you subscribe. It helps a small channel out. Hit the thumbs up and the notification bell because we have lots of great content coming up. We have a new addition to the family as our car wise. We're done with having kids, of course, but we do have a new addition to the car family here. I'm excited to bring it out to you guys. So thanks again, guys. We'll see you on the next one.